25 new COVID-19 cases were confirmed today, all imported. They had been placed on stay-home notice or isolated when they arrived. Today's count doesn't include any in the community or in the foreign worker dorms. But yesterday's singular local transmission was a 23-year-old work permit holder who had already been vaccinated. Well, let's bring in infectious diseases physician Dr. Ling Li Min to discuss this. She's from the Rofi Clinic at Glen Eagles Hospital. Dr. Ling, we know the worker received his first vaccine dose on January 25th and the second dose on February the 17th. Now, his case is a reminder that it is possible to get infected even if you've been vaccinated. So why should any of us get vaccinated in the first place then?
Well, we do want to get vaccinated because we want to reduce our risk of developing severe symptoms and developing severe infections or severe disease that will make it extremely difficult for us. Studies have indicated that the people who got vaccinated had much fewer symptoms or had no symptoms at all and hardly had to go to hospital to get admitted. So the key thing is that we still need to get vaccinated.
The fact that this worker was vaccinated likely accounts for his lack of symptoms and positive serology tests, as he has produced antibodies. But if those vaccinated still can get infected, what does it mean for Singapore's COVID-19 fight? Will there actually be no end in sight for measures to prevent transmission?
I have to say, I think the curbs are likely to stay for a while. Remember, I think this is something that we are all aware of. This COVID battle or COVID fight is going to be a long one, right? We're in for a marathon. It's not going to end anytime soon, okay? If we think back 1 year ago, even though it does sound depressing that yes, despite vaccination, we can get infected, but if we compare ourselves now to then, a year ago, we were just beginning to learn about the virus. We didn't have the vaccine, and we didn't have a lot of experience with COVID. A year later, we completed our circuit breaker. We've got technology on our side. We've got Trace Together. We've got vaccines, and we've got experience. So yes, I think it is sobering news, right? That being vaccinated does not exclude us from being infected. But one good thing is we know that we are much less likely to get symptoms, much less likely to be sick, and that whatever it is at this point in time, I think we're better off now than a year ago. And yes, no doubt the curbs are likely to stay because of what we are beginning to find out about the COVID infection. But I think that in the long run, we can't think of it as next month, what's going to happen, 6 months' time, or the curb's going to be removed completely. We can't think along those terms. We've got to think about, okay, in a year's time, it is possible that COVID might still be here, but hey, there are going to be very few people being hospitalized and very few people being sick. That on its own, I think, is actually extremely good news.
Right. Well, Dr. Ling, thank you very much for coming on the show. I've been speaking to infectious diseases physician Dr. Ling Li Min from the Rofi Clinic at Glen Eagles Hospital.